What's up, guys? If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Also, please smash that like button on the video and enjoy the show.
I think 100% there are other creations of God in different dimensions. I don't think that, this is all by accident. I think that we are towards the end of time for humanity, in my opinion.
The end of time.
Well, that's a whole nother episode. I would love to do one day, talk about the differences of the end of times and the different faiths. Very fascinating stuff. Unfortunately, it's something I always spent a lot of time on, that even my teachers would get mad at me, like, why do you always pay attention to the end times, the end times, the end times? Like, you shouldn't be focused on that. Something in my heart always told me that I should. And, it's not looking too good out there.
Do you think so? Do you think because of nuclear war, AI?
I think because that the family unit, in my opinion, is the molecule of society. And when you split that, it's like when you split an atom. You can make an atomic weapon with that, right?
Right, but there have been plenty of times in history where the family unit came apart and an empire fell, but the world went on.
That's correct. But this time we all have the same disease.
What's that?
This culture that's spread all over the world. This only me, only I matter, fuck them and get some money. This is spreading throughout the entire world at the same time. You see, when we take things from the Abrahamic perspective, God only destroyed Egypt at that time, or Sodom and Gomorrah. The only time he destroyed the whole world was during the time of Noah. But the world wasn't as advanced as it is today. We didn't have as many civilizations. There was only a few of them, right? This time, we're advanced. We're all over. We're 9 billion. He's given us time after time after time. We're not elevating the way we should spiritually. We're de-elevating spiritually. We're degenerating. The reason why God made the angels bow to Adam, why would God take a beautiful creation that can do no evil and make it bow to us, bro? Us, that do all kinds of wicked things to each other, the environment, to people. Like,
was that before he ate the apple or after?
That was before.
So technically, we couldn't do evil at the time. We didn't know sin.
Well, we had free will, right?
But we didn't know sin.
But we didn't know sin in that aspect. But here's the whole point. The reason why was when a human being obeys the Creator and stays within that spiritual compass of etiquette, and brother, we all have different desires. The key is to not act on them. Some people have the desire to bang a horse. Like, they might actually have that desire, but you're not supposed to act upon that. That's just sick, right?
Yeah.
Okay? That when a human being chooses to obey the Creator, they're doing it from their own volition.
Mm.
When an animal eats, drinks, sucks, fucks, it's just an animal. So when a human being, that's all they follow is their desires, they are lower than the beast because God gave you intellect. He gave you intelligence. The animal doesn't know what they're doing. They're just instincts. Eat, drink. There's many human beings in this world that's all they know. All they know is eating, drinking, sucking, fucking.
Yeah.
Okay? And then it evolves into killing, stealing, taking. They have no morals. They only follow their desires. They don't use the intellect that God gave them in their soul, but their hearts die. Their spiritual heart is why they're able to do this. When you study the lives of like people that were in World War II, that were in camps and what they went through and the people that did it to them, they became numb, brother, because their heart dies. It's why I think heart disease is number one killer. It's not because of what we eat. I think it's the spiritual heart. I think the hearts are hardening from all the excess, all the evil, all the sin, all the lust. And it's spiritual more than it's physical, in my opinion.
But again, there have been a lot of civilizations in time that, you used some examples earlier that even ones that are pagan. Yeah, but they were enormous empires who ruled over much of what we knew of the world at the time.
Where are they today?
And they're gone, but I'm saying like it's not the end.
And then how stupid does an American sound when they say, "Oh, we'll never."
So when you say end times, are you just saying like the end times of like America is the leader in the world?
I think.
See, that's where I'm drawing the distinction though, because you've seen plenty of times like I'm not saying I agree with all your argument, but I'm saying let's go off of what you're saying with the disintegration of our choices.
Do you think America can fall?
Sure, any empire can fall.
Why would you say that?
What do you mean? Why would I say that?
Do you think it's inevitable? Which empires lasted? None.
I do think it's inevitable because I don't exactly. I don't.
Okay,
I don't know when.
It's only a matter of time, correct?
But again, that's America, not the world.
Yeah, we've only been around for 200-something years. So,
right.
My question is, What do you think happens to the global order if we fall? Gets better or worse?
I would argue from my American-centric view and bias, it gets worse, for sure.
Especially for us, right? Like
yeah.
Okay.
But even remove us from it.
But now let's just say even if America lasts another 500 years, let's say. You don't think at some point that this world ends? Sun's not going to shine forever. Even Diddy said that. Sun won't shine forever. But as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. He did say that in his lyrics.
Was that him?
Yes, Victory. It's the name of the song. So we know that sooner or later this world...
Wait a second. When the sun shine, will shine forever. Motherfucker, that's Rihanna. That's not Diddy. God damn it, Beck. Back to the episode. God.
You know, won't be here one way or the other, right? Scientifically, it won't be here one way or the other. That star, the sun, eventually dies. Unless we have an interstellar moment or whatever the hell he did to bring the sun back or whatever it was.
Shout out Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey.
Yeah.
Is it McConaughey or McConaughey?
I say he.
That guy has had more money for, like, he used to promote this product called Regenex. You put this in, your hair comes back. My man, you got a hair transplant, okay? All right, it takes one to know one, all right? You're in the 90s, all right? You got a hair transplant, all right? Like, just admit it. I know you need to get your money.
His hair looks great, bro.
Okay, I bought that shit for $500 or whatever it was back in the early 2000s. I'm putting this thing, I'm like, wow, it feels good. It was menthol. I'm putting it in my hair. Because he was on this talk show. They're like, so what have you been using? Because if you look at Matthew McConaughey, early 90s, he's like this with two cowlicks. He had like no hair. He's like bald.
Yeah.
Now he's like amazing. You know, his hair is beautiful. He got a hair transplant.
Yeah.
Okay. It's called hair follicle replacement, FUE. Okay. He probably went on Turkish hairlines to Istanbul. Matthew. He got me good though. I got a couple thousand out of me for that one. Oh my God. I was like 21. I'm like, oh my God, I'm losing my hair.
But you were saying like, we started this tangent with the interstellar plot where he goes and stops it from happening. Yeah. And you think we're on the way to
all the dimensions, in my opinion, all the dimensions that exist are on the same timeline. I don't think we exist in us. Like there's not another Beck and another like kind of like that show, The Man in the High Castle.
Oh yeah, phenomenal.
Okay,
show.
Great. I loved it. I don't believe that that's the reality of the universe and the world that we live in.
But you argued for that earlier when you were talking about potentially the ability of CERN, because that's exactly what the Nazis in that show were doing.
A wormhole to allow the demonic dimension into this realm to fuck with us.
Right, but that's basically what the Nazis were doing minus the exact terminology.
You're talking about altering timelines. I believe that that might be a part of the universal timeline, meaning towards the end of time. They come into this dimension to lead us astray. Look, we cured death. Look, your grandmother. You understand? Now we're worshiping these beings. We're following the false Messiah. Okay? Because you hear people talking about Project Bluebeam. I'm just saying, if you see people telling you they cured death and they brought your grandmother back to life, I promise you, remember this lecture with Julian Dorey. It'll be the most important lecture you've ever listened to in your entire life.
Most important one.
Okay? And your afterlife, because we're playing for keeps, people. There's no second chance in the next round. This is the only shot we got. Okay? There's an agenda to convince people they were created by aliens. And these people, these characters we mentioned throughout the show, I believe some of them know that they're doing it. Some of them don't realize they're doing it. Some of them just care about the money. And that's the truth.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.